any people showed up, but nobody showed up.
Nobody showed up.
And now he's furious with Ralph.
Because Ralph got him out there?
Stamos and Ralph burned him last night. And I don't blame you for being mad. From what I'm hearing, I mean, I don't know Ralph's side of the story, but... Tell Robin what happened.
I'm playing the honest side.
Do what?
I'm being honest.
Okay, go ahead.
No, we just, the publicist that was here yesterday was like, we really like you to come. I guess they wanted as many people as they can. Right. I'm like, yeah, but I'm going to have some friends because I'm doing a donkey show. They're coming to see me. It was, my wife and a couple of other friends.
Right. So you had your...
Get to hear John Stamos' side of the story, what really happened, not John Melendez's fantasy.
Wife with you and a few friends.
Yeah. And some single and hot, actually. But anyway. Right. So we went to the party just to, hang out for a little while because it was right by the donkey show. So we go there, and about to leave. I was only for half an hour. You would have hated it. It was really loud with, dancing music. It was,
Right.
So we're about to leave. I see Ralph. I said, hey, what's up? How you doing? He's like, hey, and he was all happy to see me. And we were hanging out. And then at some point I said, I got a doobie.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Weed. Like, yeah, smoke weed, yeah.
And he's like, oh, great. He goes, and then I go, we're all hungry. And he goes, yeah, well, we're going to go to a restaurant. He goes, come. I go, all right. And I go, why don't you just give me the address? Because I got some girls with me, and we'll, meet you. Like, no, just come with us. So we go in John's,
I'm dying.
limo.
Right.
And we're all...
Fred goofs on his asshole relentlessly. All the sound effects and the stuttering is Fred.
On the way to the party, we're hanging out. We, smoked a doobie,
Right. And this should say to you and Ralph.
Yeah, me and Ralph.
Right,
John didn't. No, he doesn't. He doesn't smoke.
Right.
So we get to the party, and we're all out, and Ralph's on his cell phone. So I'm like, because there's like a lot of people there. I thought it was a restaurant, but it is. But whatever. I guess it's trendy. There's a lot of people out there.
Ralph's always with the phone. He's making plans.
And he's on the phone, and I'm like, so what's going on? He goes, just come on, And at this point, I'm like, I don't know what's going on. So we go in. And John and Ralph are in front, and they say, and all I know is the guy puts his arm in front of me and says, you guys can't come in. I go, what do you mean? He goes, John Stamos just told us 5, and you guys can't come in.
Wow. Oh, my God.
And, meanwhile, Carrot Top is also, with me.
Carrot Top?
Yeah.
And what's Carrot Top doing with you?
Carrot Top, I guess, John saw him at the hotel that they stayed at, and John invited Carrot Top. So Carrot Top is with his 2 girlfriends. And they're in the limo with us, and they're with us.
Right. And then the Carrot Top couldn't get in the restaurant?
Carrot Top, they put the arm in front of me and Carrot Top. So then I'm like...
What's with Ralph doing?
Yeah, so it's 10 minutes go by, Ralph doesn't come out. At some point, you got to turn around and say, all right,
What happened to John?
Yeah, a friend. I'm not in... it's...
Dude.
I said, why do I have to do... I work. I'm 24 hours a day working. I got kids. I got a whole thing going.
Stuff, I think that's what...
In his beard?
Yeah.
They dyed his beard while he was sleeping.
Because his eyebrows are brown and his beard dark brown. His beard was dark brown, and then his hair is all
he's all red.
Yeah.
Carrot Top is coloring.
You can't be Carrot Top with brown hair.
Yes.
So...
But John is in the limo.
Right.
So it's all of you going to the restaurant together.
Right. Yeah, the only 2 people in smoking with the driver and John Stamos.
All right.
And then we get to the place.
Well, and also Carrot Top was not smoking. He should be
all right,
Carrot Top.
Okay, right. Yeah, Carrot Top.
No, he wasn't smoking.
Oh, okay. Carrot Top's not smoking.
Right.
No, sure. Carrot Top wasn't smoking.
Right.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
All right.
I'm sorry. And, but anyway, so we get to the place, and then, everyone's, waiting around to go in, and suddenly John goes in, and Ralph goes in, and then the guy puts the arm right in front of me. Those guys.
Right, so John Stamos and Ralph invited you to a restaurant, and then when you got to the restaurant, they walked in, and the bouncer put his arm out, wouldn't allow you in.
Wouldn't let me in.
And you stood outside for 10 minutes, and 20 minutes, and John Stamos and Ralph eventually said, hey, you can't come in.
No, John Stamos and Ralph never come out. Then another bouncer comes out to whisper in Carrot Top's ear, hey, you can come if you want, but all your friends can't.
Basically, they don't want stuttering John near them. He's a leech and stinks probably, and he's drunk. And he's got weed.
So in other words, John Stamos was only interested in having a celebrity in there with him. And not
I guess so.
All right.
Sorry about it.
He's saying he did drop the marijuana.
Okay.
He had to sneak out.
John, wasn't there a million people there with cameras and all?
A lot of Uncle Jesse fans.
I don't want to be seen.
I thought the whole point was that you were going was to promote something, though. That's why I thought you would want to
be friends, didn't we?
No, I never had a problem with you. That's why I was shocked you shafted me.
John, admit you did shaft him.
What happened, John?
All right, go ahead.
I was feeling very bad.
All right, let's hear it.
Stuttering John sticks his head and said, "Can I ride with you?" I said, "Yeah." And then in comes like 5 or 6 people.
No, so this
So
is a lie already.
All right, what is the truth?
It's what he always does, just like he did in the vacation that Howard took them on. He brought his wife, his kids, his friends showed up. They ran up bills, remember?
Okay, Ralph is with me. Ralph says, you come with us. I say to Ralph, listen, why don't I just get a cab and I'll meet you? He goes, no, you come with us, because he knows I got a dude.
Right.
So then John was like, he was waiting in front of us. So I said, Ralph, let's just get in the cab and we'll go there. He goes, no, don't worry. John's cool. Let's go catch him. So we get to the limo, and Ralph brings everybody in because Ralph's with me, John.
Well, I remember it differently. I remember you sticking your head in, and I said, "Yeah, come, great."
Yeah, okay.
But I didn't know you had 5 or 6 people with you.
No, I had the 3 girls. I had 3 girls. Carrot
And your wife.
No. I had my wife,
There
another
was
girl.
5.
He just said, no. And my wife. He's such a liar, and it's just demented.
Total.
Okay.
So then we get in the car. So he lights up a joint. Then he drops it behind the seat.
No.
Yes. And the car,
No,
and the
no,
driver
hold
freaks
on.
out.
Let me hear his version.
Okay.
Yeah. The driver freaks out, pulls over.
No, the driver didn't freak out.
Okay.
Shut up, John. Stutterer.
The driver
Pulls over.
You did it.
All right,
All right. So in other words, you burned. You had to.
You almost caused a fire in the car.
You almost caused a fire in the car.
I didn't hear what just happened.
Yeah, well, don't worry about it.
He's saying he did drop the marijuana,
Okay.
and it was burning.
And
Big deal. He brought one joint. Big deal. Of course he drops it lit. Like everything he does wrong.
then you had to pull over to go
So we had
find
to pull
him.
over. Meanwhile, I have some guests in there who can't even sit down. They're like squatting like ducks because there's no room in the car.
So then blame your buddy Ralph for telling us to come with him.
So then we pull over. They can't find it. They take off again. Pull over again because it's smoking in. So I get out of the car trying to find this damn thing. People
No.
are honking. We're causing a traffic
We
jam.
pulled over once.
Twice.
Once, and we got it.
Let John tell his
Yeah,
version.
kind of tell my story.
All right.
Go ahead.
So then we get to, and so I'm driving over, and John, don't lie when I said to you, I said, I don't know if I can get this many people in. And you said, you're John Stamos, you can do anything. You remember that?
No.
Okay, well.
Not at all, because you know what, John? You were so far away from me.
I know, but you said that. I swear on my
was on the other
mother's
side
life.
of the limo to you.
What's that?
I was on the
All
other
right. So
side
when
of the limo.
so John, how did you work it? You went in. How do you tell the
So I
bouncer?
come up, and the guy says, how many people? I said, like 12. He said, all you can have is 5. The night before, I meet the owner, so I figure I'll go down, try to find this guy, because my other friends didn't get in either. It wasn't just like John didn't get in.
So what did you do? You just like.
I went down and looked for the guy, couldn't find him. I stayed for a little while, finally found him. We came back up. They'd taken my limo to a restaurant.
All right. So don't you think that I guess the weird part was that I guess you never said to John you can't come in. You just left him outside.
John, let me just make a suggestion. All you had to do was, when I wasn't allowed in, just say, listen, John, there's too many people, you can't get in. I said, fine. Don't worry about it. I didn't care, really.
By that point, I didn't know what was going on, because I went downstairs. I'm looking around.
John, it was a big fuck you because nobody wants you around them.
For the guy. I can't find him.
John, I just want you to know that I talked to Ralph about this. Here's Ralph.
Yeah.
I hang out with...
John, you stuck your head in my limo and said, can I come with you? I
was with Ralph. Me and Ralph.
No,
went
it was
to your
you.
limo. It was me and Ralph.
Do you understand what the whole connecting this all went down because Ralph wanted to grub some pot?
Right.
That's the whole
Absolutely.
bottom line.
Robin, the thing you're missing is John.
And Ralph loves to be around celebrities and use their limos and get involved with everybody.
You guys
When I went out in L.A., Ralph was in my limo yelling at Bijou Phillips where we were going to be going. And I said, what is this?
Gary,
Joe Malone,
invited me and my friends to come.
think about this for a second.
John
Hold on a second.
invited me and my friends
Think
to
about
come.
this for a second. You and I always talk about who the nicest people on the show are.
Yeah.
John Stamos.
I like John
We always
Stamos.
talk about what a
Yeah.
good guy is.
He is a
This
good
is
guy.
very un-John-like behavior. So what's the other factor? Ralph, I'm telling you, there's something weird going on.
I admit, Ralph probably is more
The other factor is stuttering moron.
responsible than John.
I remember, but
Oh, really?
yeah.
So then why didn't you just say that? Why didn't you say when you got John this week and you can't
I
come?
told you in the car. I said I can't get this many.
That's
They're not going to let
John.
12
John,
people in
that
the
is-
car.
all right.
I mean, in the club.
Look what you turned his limo into.
And you said,
Hold on, Carrot Top had two girls. You know, Ralph
Carrot
Bag
Top.
was there.
All right, let's say that we don't really know what happened that night.
And Howard,
Sounds like a big
you
mess.
do know that
wouldn't have wanted to be
John should have just
involved.
came up and said, John, you know,
What I don't know what John should have done.
John should have not. John won't be doing this crap anymore.
Right.
That's right.
That's what you learned.
Ralph's out. John
You should have
Stuttering,
invited
they're all
him to
out.
hang out with you then. You wanted to. Hey, listen,
Go up by
John.
myself.
Hey, John, if you couldn't have got in, we would all hung out, and then you would have loved it. Because then you would at least had somebody to hang out with. But you were looking for celebrities to hang out with, and I wasn't big enough.
That's not true.
That's
Well,
right. I don't think
That's why he went to the next party.
Very concerned about their child. She said, quote, I felt horrible for the Ramseys. These are very nice, very sad people who are grieving for the daughter the best they can. Now, let me tell you something. And she went on to say that these seem like people who care very much about each other. They seem to be very decent. Now let me say something here. I don't know who killed John Benet Ramsey.
I think it was suicide.
Yeah. I don't know who killed John Benet Ramsey. But there seems to be a cloud of suspicion over the Ramsey parents. And let me tell you one other thing. When you say somebody's decent, a few minutes after the body was found, according to I think it's the Globe, a few minutes after the body was found, John Ramsey tried to get on a private airplane and leave town. They immediately hired lawyers for months, refusing to talk to detectives. How decent is that?
Yeah, they didn't cooperate with the police very well.
They even brought in a public relations team to try to bolster their image. Now, look.
That all seems very...
Yeah, and Ramsey's mother died of cancer quickly. Is probably justice.
strange.
I am not saying the Ramseys are guilty because I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm not an investigator. But anybody who would hire
A PR firm?
a PR firm and keep detectives away from questions. I would answer every question if my daughter was murdered in my home. Unless I had something...
And if your daughter was killed, Howard, and you discovered the body, would you pick it up?
A journalist is an outrage to journalism. I am more of a journalism, and I'm a hack.
You're more of a journalist.
Whatever.
More of a journalist.
A journalist.
Linguist.
Oh, be quiet. You never speak out about anything. You sit quiet. I'm making a speech here. Yeah, speak out.
I just said it was suicide.
Oh, come on.
Howard was talking about Barbara Walters.
Spade joke is, he says, she wasn't that hot.
While there is an umbrella of suspicion against the Ramseys, how could
noise?
I'm erupting like a volcano. How could Barbara Walters, an alleged journalist, how could she come out and say that they seem like a very decent couple? What is wrong with this mental patient of a woman?
Police.
I wouldn't kiss Barbara Walters. Barbara Walters can suck
the
my...
only person they can say anything bad about is you.
Yeah, I'm a bad person. I'm not going to sit... Listen, I'm not going to sit there and talk about how great the Ramseys are based on the fact that they don't cooperate with the police. That alone, I wouldn't say they seem like great
She
people.
said they didn't seem to be avoiding any of her questions.
Who could avoid her questions? They're softball questions.
So there you go.
Did you watch the
What?
TV movie?
What TV movie?
About John Benet Ramsey?
No. Wouldn't watch that. I wouldn't dignify. Who would have
to watch that?
What kind of imbecile would make a movie about the Ramsey killing? I don't want to see that. I couldn't stomach watching that trash. First of all, they can't tell you what they really think who killed them because then there'll be a lawsuit.
Right.
So it's probably some kind of crap. And it was another time for you know who watches that? Child molesters.
Yeah.
Because they want to see another young girl parade around.
It's their pornography.
No. How could you say they seem like very decent people who cared about this? Let's say they didn't have anything to do with the killing. Forget the cloud of suspicion. People put their child in beauty pageants. How decent is that? You know, what is Barbara Walters' interview? What's your favorite color? Excuse me, Barbara? What's your favorite color? Oh, color? My favorite color?
Phlegm brown.
Firm brown. What did you say?
Phlegm brown.
Oh, phlegm brown. All right.
Is that Dracula?
Yes, John, it is. John, can I come out with you sometime and get dissed?
Yeah, man.
Where's Barbara Walters? Why doesn't she call in? Is that her on the
Call
phone?
in here.
Why doesn't she call in?
Hello?
Oh, whoa.
Well, John Stamos, you got balls for at least calling in and facing your accuser.